Yo, what's good? What's happening? Hope you guys are doing well tonight. Uh, if you're out there listening to this live or listening to this later, thanks for hanging out with me. This is the Intervision Picture Corp shot on video horror hangout stream. So, I don't know if you know about Intervision Picture Corp. No, they're, I don't know if I want to say like subsidiary, but they're like basically the same people as Severin, just doing DVD things. So movies that might not be all like maybe it makes no sense to put them on Blu-ray, but it's still cool to collect them. And I've really come to appreciate these shot on video horror movies that Intervention has put out, such as Things, because they're deep cuts. And at a certain point, you can see all the major canonical horror classics, but you still want more, right? So you had to dig a little bit deeper. And you'll find with the shot on video horror movies that they have their own aesthetic and their own rules. And it's definitely a step down from celluloid, but it's pretty cool. It's really seedy and it feels dangerous, or you're part of like a joke in on a joke or something that only so many people are going to get. So I definitely get down with them. I wanted to talk about this site as well, Connexploitation, your complete guide to Canadian B film, because I just review things on my latest broadcast on Mystic and Severe, which you can find. You go over here. If you listen near the end of the first hour, I review Things. And another Intervision DVD, but it's Australian trailers. The Ausploitation trailer explosion. So it's like 3 hours of Australian genre trailers. So that's a little different. And also some like blaxploitation stuff from Vinegar Syndrome and American Genre Film Archive. But anyways, I love Things, and I wanted to focus on more movies like this, sort of shot on video horror movies, that aesthetic. And Intervision is really pretty wonderful for that sort of thing. It feels like it's like a DVD thing. It's not so much a Blu-ray thing yet. Maybe when things start going predominantly over to 4K, they'll go over to Blu-ray or something. Or maybe they'll stay on DVD. I don't know, whatever. But these movies are really meant to be, I guess, be seen on VHS, but ain't nobody got a VCR no more. Well, actually, there was I'm coming from you in Ottawa, Ontario. There was a group from Hamilton, and they did an all-nighter at the Mayfair of just VHSs of shot-on-video horror movies. And Things was one of them, and the other movies were pretty incredible, I must say. So, definitely hit up Connexploitation because, yeah, Things is Canadian. So, they have a lot of reviews. I'm not going to read this review. It's pretty lengthy. Man wrote an essay over here. But you get a sense from the pictures, too. Hosers in the kitchen, porn star newswoman. So you got the reviews here. They have a lot of reviews. And they're all Canadian genre movies. And that's fantastic. And I also really like Bleeding Skull. This is a review for Sledgehammer. It's a little bit more terse. But this is like their site, basically. You get a lot of reviews. You can buy stuff. Yeah. Definitely interesting work. So yeah, they do stuff through American Genre Film Archive. So they actually release stuff too, and they have like, you know, what else? So they have interviews as well. That's fantastic. Home video. What do they got? Yeah, a lot of AGFA stuff. And their thing is shot on video horror. Pretty much. Lots of fun. Okay. And then books. They came up with a book. What's it called? Is that the one I was thinking of? I guess that's it. A 1980s trash horror odyssey. Bleeding Skull. Well, that's fantastic. Alright, so those are those sites you can check out. Bleeding Skull and Exploitation. So Things. I played the trailer for Things. So I'm not going to... on like a previous stream, so I don't know. I'll read this right up. In 1989, it became the first Canadian shot on Super 8 gore shocker commercially released on VHS. Today it remains perhaps the most bizarre, depraved, and mind-boggling chunk of exploitation ever unleashed upon humanity. Adult film superstar Amber Lynn and co-writer/producer Barry J. Gillis star in this surreal saga about two friends who visit a remote cabin only to discover a womb of monstrous horror that demands graphic dismemberment. It is an inexplicable orgy of eye-ripping, beer-guzzling, boob-bearing, skulls-drilling, sandwich-making. Sandwiches are integral. Chainsawing, bad acting, and post-sync dubbing from co-writer, producer, director Andrew Jordan that has spawned its own disturbing cult of fans. True. Some will be repulsed. Others may be transformed forever. But you've never seen anything like Things. And I love the testimonials with Toby Hooper in this and Jason Eisner, as well as, you know, someone from Exploitation.com and Bleeding Skull. So that's fun stuff. Bah. Speaking of Canada, you got this one too. Beyond the Seventh Door. This is shot in Toronto. The infamous 80s Canadian thriller, now on DVD for the first time ever. So, I have yet to review this on a broadcast. But, yeah, this guy's got kind of proto-Tommy Wiseau vibes. It's amazing. More than 30 years later, it remains one of the most ambitious, sought-after, and totally bizarre low-budget Canadian features of all. Yugoslavian-born actor Lazar Rockwood, in a notorious debut performance that still astounds Exploitation fans, is Boris, an ex-con and career thief who convinces his ex-girlfriend to help him rob her wealthy boss's castle. But when Boris discovers that the eccentric millionaire has booby-trapped the building, they'll have to survive 6 riddle-triggered rooms of homicidal mayhem in order to claim the treasure. Writer, director, and future best-selling religious thriller author B.D. Benedict made his unforgettable filmmaking debut with his bottom-shelf VHS classic, now loaded with special features, produced exclusively for its worldwide DVD premiere. So yeah, you got audio commentaries, you got interviews, and yeah, it's fun. I own this DVD. I own all these DVDs that we're going to get into. Yeah. Beyond the Seventh Door is awesome. So let's watch the trailer.
Welcome to my chambers of terror, whoever you are. But of course, I
love the voice.
You are a thief. A burglar who has trespassed on my property to steal my famous treasure. So go ahead. Get it.
That's crazy!
You can now try to open the next door
to continue on, or you may stay where you are and die peacefully.
Good times.
Screw you! Screw you! You heard that?
I like the interaction with the quote.
It became cult immediately. He always told me, like, Lazar, you're a very interesting guy, blah, blah, blah. So I say, why don't you write for me something?
It wasn't the happiest crew on earth. There was friction.
Director of photography didn't like assistant, whatever. So it was tense on the film. And I sensed that, it was not kind of love.
But I would recommend to people that if they like these kind of puzzle movies, that this has some very interesting puzzles that are kind of beyond what you'd expect for a film that is admittedly much lower budget than something like
very interesting.
You'll always remember meeting Ben Curry, and he always had a kind word to say. And for me, all I knew is I could get him a ton of media if I played the kitsch card. I know people won't take him serious, but he had serious ideas.
Amazing. I'm glad I bought it. You're gonna like it. That's just it. You're gonna like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all!
No. All right. Now, Sledgehammer is legit. Sledgehammer is my favorite of these movies, and you can see so much so that on my Instagram, for the story for this. So, by the way, this is a good sub transition. Follow me on Instagram. Yeah, see all this here. I'm the Movie Mystic. Movie Mystic 2021. Because the year's 2021. Movie Mystic in 2021. So you can follow me all over the place. Follow me on Twitter. I'm movie_mystic. And to read reviews of movies like things, you gotta go to my letterbox, where I'm uppercase Movie Mystic, and here you'll find my review of things. 4 stars. I'm a fan of things. A little mention of Sledgehammer and Death by Love, which we'll be talking about later. So hit it up. And also, check this out. Join the group, Mystic and Severe on CKCUFN. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Do it. I do a lot of streams. I stream like 2-3 times a week. And I drop like 2 or 3 interviews per week too. Alright. So, Sledgehammer. This movie's hilarious. And also really intense. It also kind of works too. In like a hardcore way. In a punk rock heavy metal kind of way. Intervision is proud to present the return of the first shot-on-tape slasher movie for the home video market, as well as one of the rarest genre films of all. The plot is familiar. A group of friends comes to party at a backwoods house where a legacy of brutality awaits. But within this minimalist 80s melange of food fights, feathered hair, and abusive slow motion lurks a relentless synth score, bizarre sexual subtext, and a disturbing shape-shifting behemoth killer. The result is 85 minutes of fever dream depravity, now loaded with brand new bonus features that put it all in skull-shattering perspective. Former Playgirl centerfold Ted Pryor stars in this nightmare. Sorry, Playgirl. Did I say Playboy? Playgirl centerfold Ted Pryor stars in this nightmare logic shocker from writer-director David Pryor, where the lines between twisted horror and historic gore are pounded to a pulp by Sledgehammer. And here you go. You got the bleeding skull guys. You got David Pryor do 2 separate audio commentary tracks, and then you got appreciation from different programmers and fans, and an interview with David Pryor, who's now no longer with us, R.I.P. So, without any further ado, there's not like a proper trailer for this movie, but there is a little clip. So let's party with it. It's very intense. The man's cut.
Who are you?
Mommy was really bad. I had to kill her. She took me away from Daddy. She was a bad mom.
That's not your mother.
Mommy was bad. That's why we got married and wasn't.
The audio's messed up. It's disturbing though.
Be that knife. Ow, you little bastard.
Huh.
No, Chuck, no!
Don't do it. Oh. Not very likely. This is weird. Ah! Freaking A, man. Oh. So, that is a very ominous and intense scene for a movie that has a food fight. And, you know, it feels like at times the scenes with the woman are some of the more awkward scenes. Maybe some erectile dysfunction was going on with the writer. I don't know, that's just a theory. There's a lot of suffering. There's melancholy. There's absurdity. There's violence. You have it all in Sledgehammer. To me, it really reminds me of Pieces. I don't know if you know Pieces. It's by a Spanish director, but it's a 80s slasher movie. And this, like, I don't know, it just gives me the same vibe. So, yeah, Sledgehammer and Pieces, that'd be a great double bill. Most definitely. Aha. 2 insane 90s SOV shockers coming to DVD for the first time ever. Oh, yes. This is special. So now we're in the good stuff. This is that psychosexual stuff that I'm such a big fan of. I love the melancholic love stories done perversely for a horror movie. To me, that's like the best thing in the world. It's like, it's a genre I would love to throw my hat in the arena too. I would love to write a script like this one day. So let's read these little synopsises. Dreamstalker it fits right in with things in Sledgehammer. Raves outpost to Zeta.com. Dreamstalker is something special. When a Sacramento supermodel is haunted by a super mulleted corpse of her dead motocross racer boyfriend, it will unleash an erratically ambitious nightmare of cheap lighting, bad sound, bizarre plotting, gratuitous nudity, and grisly effects that Bleeding Skull says is guaranteed to make you feel like you're trapped in a lo-fi psychedelic abyss of fun. And that's definitely true. All those things are true. What is it? Haunted by the super mulleted corpse. That's really funny. And I prefer Death by Love, actually. So let's read this. In this inexplicably obscure psycho thriller, a studly sculptor, producer, director, writer, star, and Texas building contractor Alan Grant fears that a devil-worshipping childhood pal is murdering his every new girlfriend. Filmed in the suburbs of Dallas and packed with softcore sex, scattershot performances, thick regional accents, and a WTF plot twist, It may be the most astounding SOV horror vanity project you've ever seen. Yeah, it's true. It's very easy to make these vanity things, or so sort of like bragging that you've had a woman before. I can think of a couple of giallos that do that, like Death Walks at Midnight and Death Walks on High Heels. So, you get a couple of interviews here. Some fun images. I actually prefer Death by Love, but Dream Stalkers is no joke. But you tell me, what do you prefer? Hit it up in the comments. Let's watch the trailer.
I miss Ricky. Why did he have to die?
People have to die sometimes.
For over 3 years now.
Oh, I miss him.
Just last week,
He misses you
speaking
too.
of his recurring nightmares. Tell me about them.
Ricky. He was on dirt bike. He started to chase after me. I was terrified. I tried to get away from him.
He misses you too much.
He can't take anymore. Stop it.
Ooh. Ooh. Wow.
Whenever I dream about someone, they die.
No one should wake you.
The mulleted corpse.
You need your rest.
Aha! Great. The bonus feature, that's the main feature.
I want to go for a walk in the woods.
Okay. Not much imagery for Death by Love, which sort of upsets me. But there it is. Alright, so we got two more things to talk about. An overlooked serial killer saga, Murderless, uncut for the first time in history. Okay. Yeah, this was really funny. Intervision has slashed deep into the video archives to present an overlooked classic of the VHS era, fully uncut for the first time in home video history. Murderless is an unflinching look at the darkest impulses of the human animal, and Intervision has restored footage that was brutally carved out of the initial home video assault. From enigmatic director Donald M. Jones comes one of the most disturbing and rarely seen serial killer sagas of the 80s. By day, mild-mannered Steve Belmont is a clean-cut teacher and youth counselor at his Los Angeles church. But by night, he's a sexual psychopath who murders prostitutes and dumps their bodies in the Mojave Desert. Ashley St. John co-stars in this overlooked and effective Chiller, now with an all-new audio commentary and available uncut on DVD for the first time ever. As a bonus, the disc also includes the first DVD appearance of Jones' trippy directorial debut, Project Nightmare, and Project Nightmare is the obscure psychedelic nugget that is something of a surrealistic masterpiece. Sorry, I'm getting tired. Due to the absence of extant film materials, each film has been transferred from original 1-inch video masters. Okay. Beautiful. So, the audio commentary by James Lane on Murderless is hilarious. Him defining misogynist or misogyny and trying to sound like profound is one of the funniest pretentious things I've heard on a commentary track. And Murderless is just, I don't know, amusing filth. It cracks me up. It amuses me. Project Nightmare does not, though. I am happy to never watch that again. But I've seen Murderless several times. See, look at this. What a classy guy. Huh? God damn it. Okay, yeah. So, we gotta hop over here to watch that trailer.
Murder, brutal, violent, vicious, with no apparent motive. These are words we dread to read or hear in the media. These words describe the handiwork of the most insidious and evil of criminals, the so-called serial killer. This type of killer is hard to catch. Some are never caught. Why? How can they murder with such impunity? Where do they hide? The answer, in plain sight.
Oh, God.
This is Steve Belmont, trusted and upstanding member of his community.
Not really.
Respected by his family and friends.
Doubtful.
He has just one hobby.
God.
Honored and loved, decent, kind, with one pastime. Outstanding member of his church, the man any mother would want for her daughter. Loving, caring, the ideal boyfriend, husband, lover. Deeply passionate, tender, gentle.
Why don't I ring for the butler? He can bring us some drinks and we can toast Steve Belmont. A man more concerned with self-sacrifice than self-gain. A Christian in the truest sense of the word.
Oh! God damn. He's in the biggest jerk-off serial killer. A real douchebag. God. This is something else.
Fact. In the sexual psychopath, the sexual urge becomes twisted and fuses with the violence of murder. A killer is born. Until caught, whole cities can be swept with panic. Some call him a maniac. Some call him the devil. This is the face of a monster.
All right. Murderless. Classic material. Before we go to the last thing, the last two movies that we're going to talk about a little bit, I want to show you something that's really funny that you can get. Intervision Picture Corp. Christmas. Oh, snap. Like Christmas decoration, Christmas ball. This is Intervision on it. And you can also get a Things t-shirt. Okay, so gotta narrow it down a little bit. Intervision t-shirt. Come on. So, I was also reminded of just checking through here, this Frankie and His Pals. I almost dug up this trailer just now, but it's not really a horror movie. It's more of a comedy. It sold really well. People loved this freaking thing during the halfway to Black Friday sale over the summer of 2020. But, you know, I'm not doing it. I'm going to just do one more thing and then I'm going to end the stream. So, Dark Harvest / Escapes. Two bizarre undersea oddities return from the home video grave. Let's look at some pictures. So there's Dark Harvest and there's Escapes with Vincent Price. Death reaps what you sow. Okay. That's a fun shot. Whoa. Fantastic. Okay. Intervision has ripped through the fabric of time to bring back 2 haunted relics of the analog past. This double feature is bursting at the seams with everything members of the video store generation crave. Bold fashions, mysterious videotapes, slasher hysteria, goofball teams, and some late career slumming by genre deity Vincent Price. Dark Harvest. It's stranded tourists versus killer scarecrows in this early 90s SOV rarity. They planned on a relaxing horseback ride through the desert. They didn't plan on engine trouble, long-winded campfire stories, deranged hillbillies with a shotgun, and a dangerous trek over cursed terrain. But the real terror begins when they discover that the creepy scarecrow overlooking their campsite has mysteriously disappeared from this cross. Ooh, I like this movie. It really caught me off guard because I didn't give a shit about it whatsoever. Because I was looking forward to Escapes because it's got Vincent Price. But Dark Harvest is such a weird, deep cut that you end up really appreciating it. Or at least I did. I don't know if you personally will like these movies. They're pretty weird. But, you can judge by yourself through these trailers. But I like the weirdness of it. And I felt like it was a big discovery. And I want to learn more about these movies beyond just the Intervision DVDs. Because, I own all these DVDs. I've seen all these movies that we're talking about. But there's so many more that I really need to get into or would like to. We'll see. We'll see. So, Escapes. Matthew Wilson didn't order Escapes. But when a mysterious mail carrier delivers a VHS to his door, he pops it in his tape loader, not knowing what real-life danger lurks inside the magnetic tape. Concluding his portmanteau chillers, horror legend Vincent Price presents these 6 bizarre tales of the uncanny, featuring a bonus short not included in the original VHS release. And then he got some interviews on the discs. Alright, let's watch this trailer, then I'm going to wrap it up.
Has anybody ever been hurt on one of these trips?
Don't worry about that. Where we're going, there won't be a person inside, I guarantee it.
What the hell is that?
It's a scarecrow.
Think about it. That scarecrow couldn't have been there for 15 years.
Where's the scarecrow?
Because there were no crows and there was no corn. It was there to scare us.
Oh, this has got the corn.
I'm wanting him payback!
Wow.
There is one thing that I cannot stand and will not tolerate, and that is being cut off or interrupted.
Don't take that tape out. Do you hear me?
Of course, Vincent Price is in the movie for like 2 minutes and they use all of it in the trailer.
I wish that when I die, I'll be doing it,
Amazing. Great line to end on. So, I hope these have illuminated you and you consider jumping into the world of shot-on-video horror movies. And these Intervision DVDs are a great place to start at. So, I hope you enjoy this stream. I hope you subscribe to the channel for more streams like this, as well as, interviews that come out 2-3 times a week. And then you can follow me on Instagram, Movie Mystic 2021, Twitter, movie_mystic, Letterboxd, Movie Mystic, uppercase, and then Mystic and Severe on CKCOFM is the Facebook group, and then listen to Mystic and Severe on CKCOFM.com. Guys, thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Take care. Man is tired.